Hey Divine Masculine, it's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. And today I'm back with another energy check-in, and it's been a couple of weeks. I took a couple weeks off of doing y'all's reading because y'all be needing to tap in, okay? I know y'all Divine Feminines be watching for y'all, but be some really good messages. Not everything is always about love over here on Empathic Guidance. A lot of what I'm talking about is things that you guys really could address in order to help you ascend to the next level in whatever area of your life that you feel stuck. It don't have to just be with your Divine Feminine. So really good messages been coming out. I suggest you guys try to catch up on the weeks prior that I actually did y'all reading on the Sunday. But I'm back again to try to check in because it's been about 2 to 3 weeks since I did a reading for y'all. Okay, so without further ado, Holy Divine Spirit, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, please use me as a vessel of clear, concise, channeled messages for the Divine Masculine as it pertains to the week ahead, the energies in and around the Divine Masculine. Okay, for the week coming. All right, so we getting justice. You guys are finally on the up end of justice here. Okay, I'm seeing things clearly balancing out in y'all life. Maybe you guys are doing a lot of extensive work in the month of October, and now we've come to an end. We have shifted over into Scorpio season now. But in Libra season, you guys could have definitely been using this harvest season to close out cycles, sever old ties, sever old ways of being, sever old ways of thinking, severing ties with bad habits, old events that were holding you back and keeping you stagnant here. Okay, so you guys are implementing some sense of balance and fairness into your life here. For some of you, you won some court cases, okay, or they played out on your behalf or to your advantage. Even if that was something like child support or divorces, like if somebody was trying to take you through the ringer or basically put you under, through the courts, I feel like they definitely didn't get their way. It was definitely a fair judgment, whatever that is. If it was child support, it was definitely an amount that you can afford to pay without being impoverished, okay? And if it was a divorce or whatever, then something, wow, psychic abilities. Wow, guys. Look at all of this that's taking place, all right? So I'm getting an indication that a lot of you guys are eating a lot differently, all right? Before this, you guys were, I feel like we're consuming a lot of junk food or just food on the go. And you guys don't have to worry about that as much as the feminine energies, of course, because guys have higher metabolism, muscle, and stronger muscle memory is what I feel. Because it seemed like as soon as y'all start dieting and working out, you could see results almost instantly on a man. Okay, so I'm definitely getting that you guys have chosen to incorporate a more healthy diet, and that's definitely simultaneously kind of heightened some senses for you guys, especially if they were already there, some gifts and senses that you guys previously had. But you could have calcified your pineal gland by, like I said, eating the way that you were, especially if you guys were working a lot or just in a circumstance where you kind of had to eat on the go. I feel like you started, some of you guys could have started like meal prepping and stuff like that, or just taking on a more healthy diet, whether you can meal prep it or not, all right? But yeah, psychic abilities are definitely a forefront this week, and I'm getting inspiration here, all right? So you guys are definitely inspired. Hold on one second. You guys have definitely been inspired to find yourselves. And you guys have been doing extensive inner work prior to all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like prior to all of this coming to fruition, you guys definitely put in the work in order to get here, is what I'm saying. You guys are becoming an inspiration to people around you. Even if they haven't stated that yet, I definitely do feel like people are inspired by your change, especially, seeing how much of a greater energy is coming out for you. Maybe before Divine Masculine, you was feeling like nothing was going your way. Everything that you were hoping and wishing and trying to manifest, it was kind of going against the grain for you. Shifting your energy has definitely proven and shown to be a success when it comes down to shifting things in your physical world. So I do feel like you guys are in the energy of like really sticking with that. And, continuing to work with yourselves, okay? Because I'm getting finding in reverse, okay? So with that being at the bottom of the deck, that's the Y for me. And so with you guys being committed to like finding a sense of confidence and getting to the root of the issue and the reason why you were holding yourself back or allowing yourself to be held back by external energies to begin with, you know, and by you guys like actually looking into that within yourself, you know, and kind of like taking the time to actually reflect and see what it is. Like I always say, your culpability, like seeing where it is that you're adding to your own stagnation, or what it is that you're allowing to stagnate and stifle your own growth. Okay, so let's see what else is coming out for Divine Masculine. We are getting receiving. It's in reverse here. It says every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan, to trust my inner guidance. So you guys are still working on that. All right, you guys are receiving a lot of downloads, and maybe you guys don't even know exactly where that's coming from, how to interpret it. You guys could be receiving a lot of dreams. You guys can be hearing a lot of voices and not really understand that's your spirit guides or your ancestors, and your clairaudience is being heightened at this time. So with this receiving, it's like, you know, you still trying to get acclimated to receiving these downloads from the universe here. Okay, so you know, every day it might not be becoming easier. Maybe it's still a challenge, it's still a struggle, but at the end of the day, this is something that's happening. Okay, and you are invoking certain things in your life every day that's getting you to open up and getting your gifts to be more heightened and getting your senses to be more prevalent, you know. So let's see what else is coming in for Divine Masculine. What's coming in for Divine Masculine Spirit for this week, for this energy check-in? Okay, so we are getting outrageous openness. Okay, so again, guys, you guys are going through the motions. That's just what it is, you know. A lot of you are finally emerging from the dark night of the soul. And so you're trying to adapt to being more open for other energies, to be an inspiration to other people, because now that you have stepped into a higher vibration, people are going to really start to idolize you, like a different group of individuals. Because I know that a lot of the people that were looking up to you before, or a lot of the popularity that you had, kind of faded away, because those people were meant to vibrate out of your life. So when your vibration started to shift, some people shifted out of your life. Now you are going to be adapting, you know, and attracting like a different group of people that are going to be intrigued and interested in, you know, how it is that you overcame certain levels of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Certain levels and devils. Okay. People are going to want to know, especially so that they can implement some of those same teachings to help themselves kind of overcome their own egos. Okay. So with outrageous openness, I'm seeing, dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachment, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what is needed, and I am open to receive. All right, so again, you know, you guys are still working on things, and it's very much cool, but I do feel like you guys are stepping more into your North Node. Some of the sacrifices that you're having to make could be pretty difficult. I feel like for the most part, a lot of them have already been made, but having the ability to maintain the willpower to stay away from certain things that wasn't healthy for you, whether that was addictions, certain women that you were dealing with, certain bad habits, certain ways of being, certain ways of thinking. It's like you still are working on staying out of that energy. So it's not to the point where it's like pretty much effortless, because it's become a habit already. You know, you're trying to make certain practices become, you know, a ritual in your life, or something, a habit, a lifestyle. All right. So again, it's like you still trying to be open to this. You still trying to be open to new individuals. You still trying to step out of your comfort zone is what I'm seeing here. All right. So you might be appearing to be a little bit closed off, or not really wanting to deal with people. But again, people are being guided to you because you are an inspiration. You starting to be an inspiration to other people. So it's time for you to just start embracing that. You know, some of you guys are very private and you don't want to deal with other energies on an everyday basis, but that's a part of your mission. Okay. right now is in reverse. It says stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled in each moment. And I do feel like that's a part of you that's sort of panicking. It's like you don't know what's next, and you could be obsessing over an outcome, which can be causing quite a bit of anxiety for you guys. It's like just be inspired and have the confidence to keep moving forward. Go with the flow as you know what I'm saying? You will feel led as you elevate. But I do feel like at this time, like I said, you guys are trying to be able to interpret messages and guidance that you guys are getting from your higher self and the higher ups. Okay, so we got gratitude in reverse. It's at the bottom of the deck. So again, you know, you could be thinking, I'm doing all of this inner work. Certain things are changing within you on a spiritual level, but maybe you still trying to manifest your physical desires. You know what I'm saying? Monetary gain, wealth and abundance, good luck, prosperity. And sometimes it takes time for those things to come in. Sometimes those changes are gradual and they come in divine timing. But there is definitely a need for you to acknowledge the changes that have taken place. Even though they are spiritual changes, we have to understand that the 5D is a little bit ahead of time when it comes down to our third dimensional selves. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to stay connected and in alignment with your higher self so that you can be on the same timeline. But for those of you that are not, you know, and your 5D self is kind of ahead of the game, kind of waiting for you to catch up, you know, you are gaining and accumulating that prosperity and your vibrational escrow in the 5D. And now it just takes that time to actually manifest in the physical. And sometimes those things are not overnight. Sometimes those, you know, like I said, that transitional flow is not overnight. Okay? So it's like that's what you can be worried about. It's like receiving the benefits of being in alignment and tapping into your higher self. You're still in the process of doing that, and that could be the reason why you aren't gaining what it is that you want to gain when it comes down to tangible things just yet. As well as the fact that it's still a little difficult for you to be in the now. For some of you, y'all still thinking about past things that y'all had to let go of. And until those are energetically disconnected or detached from you, then there will still be some blessings that's going to be on hold. For a lot of you, it's not even material gain. As I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, I'm getting gratitude in reverse, companionship in reverse, and love in reverse. So some of you, it's like the minute that this shift happens in your life, you expect the union to happen right away. But there are still aspects of yourself that you have to heal. That's why right now it's coming out in reverse, all right? You guys have been loved, deprived for so long, or in situations where you felt like you were the only ones putting in the work, or you were being taken advantage of, or you were just lonely within the connection. I mean, when you connect to your divine partner, it's just connectivity on a whole nother level. So it's like meeting your divine feminine, whenever it is that you did meet your divine feminine. It's like that showed you how love and compassion and affection and just genuinity is. And it's like you missing that, you're longing for that. And you can be feeling like, you know, what if with all of these changes and sacrifices that I've made, if it doesn't bring me back together with my divine feminine? All right, so you guys are really longing for that companionship and love. You could just be feeling like, for some of you, again, it could have been a very codependent relationship that you guys recently left, you know, and you could be wondering if you should have done that. Like, for some of you, it's kind of like some doubt there when it comes down to the decisions that you've made, when it came down to the compromises that you've made for this growth, okay? So let's see why justice is here. Yeah. It's like now that something is coming to an end and you entering into a new cycle, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's next. It's like because you're not seeing it in front of you, you don't know whether to have faith in it or not. And there's a need for you to do that. Okay? Because if not, then you can end up slipping back into a karmic cycle and repeating it again. And that can lead to a lot of sorrow for you. Okay? I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you guys have recently lost jobs. Definitely lost friends, just feeling like you're going on different paths from individuals. And so you are, you guys are packing light. You leaving the majority of the past behind, okay? If you taking anybody from your past, it might be a couple of people that were supportive of you, but it's looking like for the most, for the most part, it's like you guys are cutting off the past. You cutting off the past and you moving forward here. For some of you, the person that was in your life, you putting a permanent ending to it because I don't know if location was shared, something happened here, but you caught somebody with someone else. And so now you know that it needs to end indefinitely. And I feel like Spirit sort of showed you that so that you could stop clinging on to it and having some type of unhealthy attachment to a past cycle. Why is outrageous openness in reverse here, Spirit? Yeah. Like you don't know how you feel about getting back into another connection that's going to be long term, especially after this situation. So at the same time, it's like you giving off a contradictory energy, divine masculine, because in one sense, it's like you longing for love, you want companionship, you want respect, you want to be appreciated, but you might want these things with somebody that that you can't get it from. Some of you guys are more focused on y'all divine feminine, but it's this whole energy of hoping that you don't bring the same habits into a new connection that you brought into, basically that you brought into another one. And that's the reason why it's saying not right now, or basically right now is in reverse, because you need to kind of relearn and deprogram yourself from like unhealthy relationships. I feel like that's what you are accustomed to. You don't really know any better. Even if you realize and now that you deserve better, it's like you don't know how to operate under those circumstances, especially if you were constantly used to a specific thing. Going into something that's going to be stable and have some sense of structure, a beautiful home, a place where people exchange like conversation, thoughts, ideas, where people can agree to disagree, where there's not yelling, arguing in front of no kids and stuff like that. Just a different type of environment, and like learning how to bring that new energy that you're trying to adapt to and gain for yourself. You're trying to do that. I feel like you're trying to do that or learn how to do that before you go towards this person, or that can be what Spirit is requiring of you. So if y'all like, I want my divine feminine now, but you feel like stuff keeps standing in your way to get to this person, then that's why. Because it's not time, because you still have to learn how to reciprocate and bring that Four of Wands energy into a situation, not a Four of Wands in reverse, like instability and unequally yoked energy. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Okay, so let's see why it's right now here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so now isn't the time. You still working on it. You want something traditional, but it's like, again, I keep talking about premature union and how that can be detrimental, because if you think about it, you still trying to get into the energy of divinity for yourself. So give yourself a chance to get acclimated to that energy first. Okay, because things can start and then end immediately, or things will be built on some type of faulty foundation. I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting to just pop up on your divine feminine and Scorpio season here. Some of you guys are like actually wanting to have a home, a business, something to that extent, but you feeling guided to heal more. Yeah, y'all trying to manifest love. A lot of you guys are trying to manifest y'all divine feminine. Y'all definitely determined. Some of you guys can be doing candle magic, because I'm seeing like romance candles being lit. Yes, y'all miss the compassion of y'all's divine feminine. You guys really do. Y'all just want some loving, soft, feminine energy here. But the thing is that you have to get in more of alignment with your higher self. All right, I feel like some things have to be addressed, divine masculine. So you're gonna have to really prepare yourself to address certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely seeing that secrets need to come out. Like, this is not something that needs to be built on something that can crumble again. And if you come into it with secrets, eventually, you know, with divine feminine, that those secrets are going to come out. All right. We get in the Three of Cups in reverse. A lot of you guys are worried that if you don't come into union quick enough, that your divine feminine is going to be with somebody else. Some of y'all divine feminine is already with someone else. Okay. And so that's why you fearing like, okay, I gotta hurry up, but you can't rush the healing process, you know? So yeah, and I just keep seeing y'all with red candles lit. So some of you guys are really trying to manifest. Y'all really hoping and praying that y'all feminine have the willpower to like wait for you or still hear you out when you come around, trying to convey the things that you've been through and the things that you had to overcome before you could even come towards them. Okay, so let's see what the love energy is with the person that you do want to come into union with, whether that's your feminine or a soulmate. I just saw 2121. Okay, so let's see. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides to the highest white light. Please give me some love energy for the divine masculine for the week ahead. Like, what is going on in and around true love, acceptance. So you guys had heavy boundaries up, or you could feel like your divine feminine does. It's like you kind of want to come in and explain to them why you couldn't accept the love in the past, but why you do now. Why you understand why some type of separation or time apart or retreat away from each other kind of amplified and exposed and illuminated some sense of emotions that they have for you. They understand that you are their true love, you know, but these divine masculines, these certain divine masculines that I'm speaking with, you guys are still in a process of trying to love yourself, because the very fact that came up as a void, love and compassion ship, like love is not only linked to compassion or companionship, it's linked to how much you love yourself, okay? Because that's always going to reflect outwardly. If you don't love yourself, then you're going to exemplify or project that onto your divine feminine, and they're going to also feel that energy. They're going to feel like you don't love and care about them. They're going to feel like you guys are repeating another karmic cycle, and that's the reason why it's very imperative for you to do things the right way and go ahead and take the time. You've had the willpower so thus far to heal, so it's best that you continue until you feel a sense of relief and until you don't feel a void. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be feeling like there's a void outside of yourself. Yeah, you guys are still going through y'all awakening. All right, this connection was a catalyst to y'all's awakening. You guys had to awaken to the fact that this was y'all true love. Y'all could have thought it was a crush or lust. You guys want this second chance with y'all divine feminine. Y'all feel like this deserves a second chance, but you're still in the process of undergoing some type of transformation. Yes, and that's the reason why balance is absent from this connection, because you're still trying to figure it out. So be patient with yourselves, divine masculine, because at the end of the day, you got to remember that you had relationships too throughout this separation period. So if the divine feminine explores other relationships, then they have that right, because who knows, it's been years or months or years since, you know, you've seen your divine feminine. So, you know, put the computer away. So it's saying work less will help to strengthen this relationship. Maybe you feel like your divine feminine is working too much, like they don't have time to be focused on you. That can kind of frustrate you sometimes, that they so focused on their path. Friendship is in reverse. It's like, I don't want to be friends anymore. You know, I want to come back around, rebuild a friendship. Like, you want to have the foundation of a friendship, but you don't want this to be friends with benefits like it was before. Okay, abundance is in reverse, but that's the thing. You have to shift your consciousness, because if you aren't feeling abundant, you're not going to have an abundant relationship. If you feel in a sense of lack, then that's what you're going to bring to a connection. Okay, so right now it's like you already know the answer that you seek. You know that certain things need to be done, certain things, balance needs to be implemented. You have to accept yourself more. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to sit with yourself. If you expect somebody else to be able to like love you unconditionally, be there, stay through the issues, stay through drama, you know, overcome certain things, then there's certain things that you need to be able to accept about yourself and take accountability, so it's not a repeat lesson. You know, if you don't accept that something is a flaw, then that flaw can be easily repeated. And that's how I've always seen it. If somebody can't recognize the mistake, then that mistake will likely be repeated. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't recognize it as doing something wrong, then why wouldn't you repeat that action? You see what I'm saying? So there's a need for you to come to that, so that it's not a situation where this is a repeat of the past, divine masculine, okay? All right, so that's why Spirit is asking you to take time with yourself, learn to love yourself, learn to become the true love of yourself. And then that way you guys will have an enduring love and connection with your divine feminine, okay? All right, guys, so I hope that helped this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Join the Soul Tribe, and I'll check you guys out on the next one. Peace.